Good morning. It's almost Christmas. I'm ready for work and I have Christmas ornaments in my hair because that's what I do. If you guys see me on Instagram, I've been posting some pictures of my Christmas outfits for my clients. I started doing it years ago to kind of get myself in the Christmas spirit because I was a little bit of the Grinch. I was a little bit of Scrooge, bah humbug. I don't like Christmas, so I would decorate myself to get into it. And I found that my clients really love it, and so do I. So now I make it a 2-week thing. So I have like Christmas outfits that I wear, and it's fun and it's cute and whatever. Anyway, good morning. It is Joyous Prairies in the Dark again. Eventually I will buy a new light, but for now, no light. So I wanted to talk about this concept of loyalty testing. I watched a C.S. Joseph video months and months and months ago. I don't remember which one it was. His approach is a little harsh sometimes, so you got to be in the right mood to watch his content, but I appreciate it because he has a harsh honesty that I appreciate. And he talked about one of the detriments of being in a relationship, any kind of relationship with an INFJ, is that we tend to do this thing called loyalty testing. And at the time when I watched that video, I had a blind spot to that. I did not see that that was something I did. But I'm realizing in watching relationships with other people and kind of trying to be a little bit more aware of my own behavior, that this is something I do. And it almost seems like the closer I get to someone, the more that I want to test their loyalty. And it's almost like I set up a trap for them just to see if I behave this way, will they still love me? Will they still want to be my friend? Because it's almost like I want to get all the formalities out of the way and get right down to, is this friendship, or is this, is this person worth it? And it's manipulative behavior. It's kind of sick. I need to stop doing it. And I was trying to think of some examples, but right off the top of my head, I can't. But I will decide that I have a boundary, and I will lay this boundary in front of this person. And in my mind, I'm almost like, cross it, do it, cross that boundary so that I can, I don't know, find fault, decide that all people are bad. And it's such a sick thing. And I also will not purposely ignore people, but I will start out with being very available, very very connected, almost, well, not at the beginning, but once a friendship really gets rolling and you trust this person and you see the good in them, but I will then pull myself back all of a sudden, usually out of fear that they aren't who they say they are, or they aren't what they're presenting. And I don't even have to see patterns of bad behavior. I just decide, I'm going to test this person. And it's not like a cognitive decision that I make. It's just something that I almost do out of reflex. And I'm thinking back about, a long-term friendship that I've had for years and years and years, and how I have done that to her. I will be very available and very loving and very giving. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, I will just make myself unavailable to her, turn down her requests to hang out or whatever. And it's almost for no reason. I almost want to see, if I pull myself away from you, will you still love me? If I tell you that, I know I did this thing all the time, but I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to pull that back from you just to see if you still love me. It's sick behavior. It is. And I don't know if you guys see this pattern in your own relationships with people, but, it kind of came to my attention because I realized that that is one of the things that other people sometimes do that really bothers me. Because I think, like, why would they suddenly decide that they need to pull back from me? Like, what did I do? And then I'm analyzing conversations and behavior and how I reacted to this thing they said and that thing they said. And, and then I realized that's a behavior that I do. And it's so hurtful. I like to be a really honest person, but sometimes I'm blinded to my own behavior and my motivation for doing it. And setting up boundaries is really important. You have to keep yourself from becoming enmeshed with another person, because that isn't healthy. And you can have a relationship, you can have a friendship, you can have all of these things, but you still have to keep yourself as a separate entity, And yeah, you need to play with people's hearts like that. Because it's so hurtful. It's so hurtful. And it's something I need to work on rather than like laying out a boundary that maybe doesn't even need to be there, just so I can see if that person will cross it, so I can eliminate them or be angry with them, or it's one of these things that I'm like, I just can't figure out that type of behavior in myself. So yeah, little impromptu video this morning, just of, what's been rolling in my head and this loyalty testing. Is it something you do? Do you do that to people? I do. I wish I didn't. And maybe now that I'm aware of it, I can be more honest. And sometimes, it isn't necessarily a loyalty test, but sometimes I just need space because, I give quite a bit into my relationships, my friendships. I give quite a bit into them, my heart and my soul sometimes into these friendships. And sometimes I need space because I need to, know my own name and feel my own feelings and cry my own tears. But that part isn't what I'm talking about. It's not the asking for space when you need it. That's really important. That's a healthy thing that we need to do, that I need to do. This is just setting someone up for failure to see if they will break your loyalty. It's not good. It's something that I need to quit doing. So no one called me out on this. I'm calling myself out because I'm recognizing this behavior in myself and how sick it is. So we'll see how I do with that now that I'm aware of it and I can see that. Maybe I'll recognize it when I start doing it next time, and maybe just be a little more vulnerable instead of being loyalty testing, Anyway, have a very Merry Christmas, everyone. For those of you who celebrate Christmas, I'm going to be off for a bunch of days. We'll see if I do videos over the Christmas holiday. I don't know. But live and love out of the way you were created. Thank you so much.